Every morning, millions of people wake up with dreams burning inside their hearts. They feel the spark of motivation, that temporary fire that makes them believe they can conquer the world. But as the hours pass, the fire fades. By night, the same dream that felt unstoppable in the morning becomes a burden. Why? Because motivation is a visitor. It comes and goes. Discipline, however, is a resident. It stays when everything else leaves. Motivation is the high you get from inspiration. Discipline is the muscle you build from repetition. It doesn't care if you are tired. It doesn't wait for perfect timing, and it never asks for applause. Discipline is quiet. It shows up in the early mornings, in the lonely nights, in the moments no one sees you working. It is not glamorous, but it is the foundation of greatness. Many people think success is about passion, excitement, and motivation. But real winners know those things are temporary. The world is filled with motivated people who never finished what they started. The difference between I wish and I did is daily discipline. The world rewards consistency, not intensity. When you rely on motivation, you are ruled by emotion. When you live with discipline, you are ruled by purpose. Motivation asks, do I feel like doing this? Discipline says, I'll do it whether I feel like it or not. That single difference decides who builds empires and who builds excuses. Every champion you admire didn't win because they were more motivated. They won because they kept training even after motivation died. They didn't always feel inspired. They felt exhausted. They doubted themselves. They faced failure, but they never stopped showing up. That's what makes discipline powerful. It turns ordinary effort into unstoppable momentum. Discipline doesn't mean punishing yourself. It means honoring the commitment you made to your own potential. It's an act of respect to your future self. When you keep the promises you make to yourself, your confidence grows. You start trusting your own word, and that's when transformation begins. People often chase motivation as if it's the fuel of life. But motivation is like sugar. It gives you a quick rush and a sudden crash. Discipline is like water. It sustains you quietly, daily, and forever. It doesn't give you a thrill. It gives you progress. Ask yourself, who will you be when the excitement is gone? Who will you be when no one is watching your effort? When the results are invisible, when the applause stops? The answer defines your future, because success is born in those invisible hours when discipline speaks louder than desire. There will be days when your mind says, not today. Those are the days that build character. Discipline is not built when it's easy. It's built when it's difficult, when it hurts, when you'd rather quit but don't. Every time you overcome resistance, you sharpen your mind. The truth is, success doesn't belong to the smartest or the most talented. It belongs to those who stay consistent. You can have average talent, average background, and still outperform everyone if you are disciplined enough to show up every single day. When people ask, how do I stay motivated? The real question should be, how do I stay disciplined when I am not motivated? Because that's the secret. Anyone can start strong. Only a few can finish strong. Discipline builds finishers. Discipline doesn't care about your mood. It only cares about your commitment. It doesn't wait for energy. It doesn't wait for approval. It just requires one thing, your decision to begin again today, no matter what happened yesterday. Success is not one big leap. It's 1,000 tiny steps done repeatedly, even when you are tired. Those who understand this principle no longer chase quick rewards. They build habits that compound silently into greatness. There's beauty in boredom. When you can repeat the same small action daily without losing faith, you are training your mind for mastery. The world calls it boring, but you know it's sacred because every repetition brings you closer to excellence. Motivation loves comfort. Discipline loves discomfort. Motivation wants results now. Discipline is patient. Motivation disappears when problems arrive. Discipline gets stronger in the storm. The moment you shift from emotional drive to disciplined consistency, your life changes forever. Think of a seed. It doesn't shout while it grows. It silently breaks through soil, endures pressure, darkness, and time before showing even a leaf. That's what discipline looks like, growth without applause. If you look at the most successful people in any field, you'll see one pattern. They keep boring routines. The same wake-up time, the same focus hours, the same attention to detail. To others, it looks robotic, but that rhythm is what builds dominance. Your habits shape your destiny. Every day you act, you are voting for the kind of person you wish to become. Each disciplined action is a vote for your future greatness. The more you vote, the stronger your identity becomes. Discipline doesn't mean never resting. It means resting with purpose. It means controlling your time instead of letting your time control you. When you structure your life around intentional habits, your energy becomes a weapon. The biggest enemy of discipline is the modern world's addiction to instant gratification. Everyone wants quick results, fast money, fast growth, fast fame. But anything that grows fast usually falls fast. Discipline builds slowly but stays forever. When you look around, most people stop when it's hard. They say, I'll do it later. But that's when winners rise. Because winners understand that progress hides in the moments most people give up. Discipline teaches you to find gold in discomfort. Discipline makes you predictable in a powerful way. People know you'll show up. They know you'll deliver. That reliability becomes your brand. It builds trust, credibility, and long-term success far beyond what motivation ever could. Every morning is an invitation to recommit. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to begin again. That's the secret. Discipline is not about never failing. It's about never staying down. You won't always love the process. Some days it will feel meaningless. But that's exactly why discipline matters. Because even when you see no progress, you're still building unseen strength. Discipline grows roots before it grows fruit. Your biggest competition is not others. It's your own inconsistency. Every time you delay, you weaken your muscle of discipline. Every time you take action, you strengthen it. Over time, that small strength becomes unstoppable momentum. Discipline means doing what's right, not what's easy. It means saying no to comfort, distractions, and excuses. It's a war between your future self and your present laziness. Every victory counts. When you decide to live by discipline, you stop chasing perfection. You start chasing progress. Perfection paralyzes, discipline liberates. It reminds you that small, consistent action beats massive, occasional effort. Motivation can come from outside, from videos, quotes, people, but discipline comes from inside. No one can give it to you. It's a decision only you can make. That's why disciplined people are unshakable Their drive is self-made. You will face doubt. You will feel like giving up. But remember, discipline is not a feeling, it's a decision repeated until it becomes instinct. One day, you won't have to push yourself anymore. You'll just do it naturally. When you live by discipline, you gain control over your destiny. You no longer wait for motivation, opportunity, or luck. You create your own path through consistent effort. That's the true definition of freedom. Discipline teaches you patience. It forces you to wait, to trust the unseen process, to accept that true growth takes time. The disciplined person does not rush the journey. They know that slow progress builds strong roots, while fast success often collapses under pressure. There's a reason diamonds take years to form under heat and pressure. Nature itself is disciplined. The sun rises every day, even when clouds cover the sky. Rivers flow even when no one watches. The world runs on discipline, not emotion. Learn from it. You can't be selective with discipline. You can't be disciplined only when it feels convenient. It's either a lifestyle or it's a lie. Real discipline means doing what must be done, not what you feel like doing. Feelings are temporary. Purpose is permanent. The mind always seeks the easy path, but discipline trains it to choose the hard one. And here's the truth. The hard path always leads to growth. Every struggle strengthens your spirit. Every sacrifice rewires your mind for strength. If you can control your morning, you can control your day. If you can control your day, you can control your life. Discipline starts in small details, your wake-up time, your focus, your daily routine. Mastering the small things leads to mastering everything. When discipline becomes your identity, you stop needing motivation. You stop chasing validation. You stop explaining your dreams to others. You simply act every day with quiet focus. That's when the world begins to notice not your words, but your consistency. Discipline builds internal peace. It silences chaos. When you know you are doing the work, you no longer fear the outcome. You stop comparing, stop doubting, stop chasing shortcuts. You simply trust your process because you've earned your own respect. Your dreams deserve discipline. You cannot expect extraordinary results from ordinary effort. Every great dream demands sacrifice of comfort, of distraction, of laziness. Those who can't pay that price remain stuck wishing. Those who do, rise. Excuses are easy. They always sound logical, even noble. I'm tired. I'll start tomorrow. But every excuse you entertain steals your destiny one small piece at a time. Discipline kills excuses before they grow into regret. When discipline becomes natural, it feels like breathing. You stop negotiating with your goals. You stop waiting for the perfect mood. You simply do what needs to be done because it's who you are, not just what you do. Most people lose the battle of discipline in their minds before they ever take action. They overthink, they hesitate, they analyze. But discipline lives in simplicity. You don't need to feel ready. You just need to start. Every action strengthens your mind. Consistency compounds. One small habit done daily can transform your entire identity over time. Reading one page a day, working out for 10 minutes, saving $1, small acts, but multiplied by discipline. They build empires. You don't rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your discipline. Everyone wants success, but only the disciplined build the structure to sustain it. Without discipline, success becomes temporary. With it, success becomes legacy. There will be days you fail, days you break the routine. Discipline doesn't demand perfection. It demands persistence. The difference between failure and growth is simply choosing to begin again. Always begin again. The path of discipline is lonely, but it's the kind of loneliness that shapes legends. When others rest, you train. When others complain, you execute. When others watch, you build. And one day, when they ask how you did it, you'll simply say, I never stopped. Discipline is not a punishment. It is a privilege. It means you have a dream worth protecting, a purpose worth pursuing. People without direction don't need discipline. People with vision do, because they know what's at stake. The undisciplined chase motivation like waves, rising and falling with emotions. The disciplined are like the tide, constant, steady, unstoppable. That quiet consistency will always outlast temporary passion. Every disciplined person lives two lives, the life of action and the life of patience. You work hard and then you wait. You plant seeds and then you trust time. That balance between effort and patience defines mastery. Your environment shapes your discipline. Surround yourself with order, with intention, with people who live with purpose. The undisciplined will always try to pull you back to comfort. Protect your energy like it's gold, because it is. When your habits align with your goals, discipline no longer feels like effort. It becomes alignment. You stop forcing yourself. You start flowing with purpose. Every day feels meaningful, even in silence. Discipline and freedom are not enemies. They are partners. The more disciplined you become, the freer you are from distractions, fear, and chaos. You no longer depend on emotion or luck. You own your time, your choices, your life. The secret to unstoppable growth is boring repetition. Doing the same thing better every day. Not chasing new trends, not jumping ship when it's hard. The disciplined mind understands that mastery hides behind monotony. When you discipline your mind, your body follows. When you discipline your time, success follows. When you discipline your emotions, peace follows. Discipline is the root of every fruit you want to grow in your life. If you ever feel tired of the routine, remind yourself someone else gave up, and that's why you're going to win. The world belongs to those who keep going after motivation dies. Every day you persist, you move closer to becoming unforgettable. You will never regret being disciplined. You will only regret not starting sooner. Every ounce of effort you invest in consistency returns to you multiplied. In strength, in clarity, in confidence. Discipline transforms chaos into direction. It turns doubt into progress. It builds a bridge between dreams and results. And the most powerful part, it doesn't depend on luck. It depends only on you. When you live with discipline, failure no longer scares you. Because even if you fail, you know you'll rise tomorrow and try again. That self-trust makes you unstoppable, not because you never fall, but because you never stay down. Every morning, remind yourself, I don't need to feel ready. I just need to begin. That one sentence will build a life beyond motivation, a life powered by consistency, resilience, and faith in effort. Discipline is not about controlling everything. It's about controlling yourself. When you can govern your mind, your habits, your reactions, the world becomes yours. You no longer chase success, success chases you. So when the motivation fades, and it will remember this, success doesn't require fireworks. It requires footsteps. Quiet, consistent footsteps that move forward every single day. Motivation may start your journey, but discipline will finish it.